Hi, I'm DebDedrick, Certified High Performance Coach. Thank you for joining me today here for episode number 87, How to Change Your Perspective. Wouldn't it be nice if we could just snap our fingers and be able to change our perspective? Wouldn't it be nice if next time somebody pulls you, like cuts you off in the highway and you're tempted to get angry, you don't? You just have gotten into a new habit of not letting other people or other events or other things that come up control your perspective. Wouldn't it be lovely if you had complete control over how you feel 99% of the time, irregardless of where you are, what happens to you, or who you're hanging around with? Well, today's tip will give you a few ideas that you can use when these things happen to you so you can navigate these moments and come out on the other side feeling good, feeling happy, and not letting somebody else or something ruin your day, because we only have so many days on this earth, and we want to learn how to embrace every day, be grateful that we're alive, leave a lasting imprint on others, and have a happy life. So let's get started with tip number 87. I think the first thing you need to remember is not to allow other people or other circumstances or other events, maybe it's your kids, maybe it's your spouse, maybe it's a coworker, maybe it's just somebody that's tailgating you on the highway. Remembering to choose not to let that circumstance affect you, how you're thinking or how you're feeling. And that's a personal choice. You don't have to give in to those emotional outbursts. You don't have to let that thought control how you feel. And if that's a new idea for you, learning to focus on controlling your thoughts would be the next best thing. So choosing not to let circumstances influence you, and then choosing to control your thoughts are two really important tips. And how are you going to learn to control your thoughts? Well, the way you learn to control your thoughts is to pay attention to what you're thinking about, and pay attention to when you're thinking about it, how it's making you feel. And then if you don't like the way it's making you feel, learn to pay attention to those thoughts and then press the delete key and replace it right then with a positive, self-serving thought. And that's a habit that you get into. The third thing that you could try to do and implement is learning to not look at life as the half. You know, if you want to look at that, you've heard this saying, I look at the glass as half full, or they look at the glass as half empty. Learning to frame situations leaning towards the half full rather than the half empty will help you be grateful. Another important thing that you could do is pay attention to who you're hanging around with. If you are hanging around with a bunch of negative people, or listening to a bunch of negative people, or filling up your mind with a bunch of negativity in your texts, that's not going to help you feel positive. It's not going to help you feel grateful. It's going to pull you into that negativity. Learning not to listen to the news is a wonderful way to not allow that negativity even into your mind space. You only have so much mind space in there. And learning to control what goes in there by being very selective with who you hang around with or what you're putting in there will help you shift from a negative to a positive. And all of these things you have complete control over. Getting away from negative people and surrounding yourself with positive people and eliminating the news will go a long way for helping you learn how to change your perspective. And I think, remember, you choose your attitude. If you have a negative attitude, you're going to stay negative. If you have a positive attitude, you're going to embrace the day. You're going to be a lot more fun to hang around with. And you're going to find that altitude equals attitude. So if you have a negative attitude, you're not going to have the ability to go out and maybe embrace some of the things that come through your day that day because you're negative, rather than thinking positive and being happy and embracing life with the yes I can kind of an attitude, yes I will kind of an attitude, will take you to a much higher altitude in your life. So So let's go back over tip number 87, how to change your perspective. Don't let circumstances dictate how you feel. Choose positivity over negativity. Look at the glass as being half full rather than half empty. Turn off negative input, social media, news, and get away from negative influencers. And instead, surround yourself with positivity. And if you don't have those kind of people in your life, you can find them. You can find them on YouTube, and you can find them on positive podcasts. And the final one is your attitude in life is going to determine your altitude or how far you can go in life. And if you want to reach high and you want to become the best version of yourself, then you have to begin to take control of your mind, and you have to begin to take control of who you hang around with. And you have to learn how to control your mind. And when you do this, you will find that you can take your life anywhere you want to go, and those things that maybe you thought you never would be able to do, you will be doing. So I hope my tip helps you. It's my mission as your expert guide to leading a happy life and your certified high performance coach to give you tools, tips, and strategies you can use to create a happier life. And until next tip, go out in the world and be a positive role model and influencer for good. Thanks for joining me, and have a great day.